Oh no.
Dum
What is oh no?
dum dum dum. Number
What is,
8, the Atlanta Hawks.
oh God. Can I just leave the room for the next 4
Would you like
minutes?
to start?
I think we
No,
both want to start, get it out of the way, and let you just ramble.
I don't even want to do this.
Oh yeah, man. I gave him a A. No, I gave him a D. I expected.
Yeah, okay.
I expected. I expected this team to be. I am gonna give Trae Young credit. I expected them to be a top 5, 6 seed. I I did not expect them to be fighting for a play-in tournament spot at this point of the season. They were a lot of people's dark horses. They have disappointed, and you can blame Nate McMillan, you can blame Trae Young, whatever way you want to go, but they have not played to the standard I had for them going into this season. They might not make the playoffs by the time the play-in tournament is over.
Hey, they're in the play-in right
They
now.
might not make the playoffs once the play-in tournament concludes.
So I gave them a C plus. I gave them a C plus. Look, I like Trae Young a lot. I think he's a great player. I like DeJounte Murray a lot. This
This is
ain't it.
disappointing.
Um, it's not like, and again, I fully think Nate McMillan is to blame.
They added DeJounte
I am
Murray
a,
and got worse.
they didn't as a team. So the whole point of adding DeJounte Murray was to give a secondary option. So when Trae Young goes to the bench, you have someone on the floor. So how many points does the or do the Atlanta Hawks put up when Trae Young is on
Probably
the
not a
floor,
lot.
Angelo?
Wait, really?
It's actually 114 points. That is a lot. When so when he's on the bench this season, how much do you think
Oh,
they're
you
putting
said
up?
when he's on the floor, how much do they put up? I thought you said I thought you said the reverse.
Yeah, when he's on the floor. When he's on the floor.
Ah,
Okay.
I did too. I was like, wait.
probably
So
around
when he is
from
off the floor,
114 probably to
how much
around
do you think he
95.
puts on?
Okay.
105 actually. So the DeJounte Murray experiment has worked, but this team is built for offense. It is not a defensive team in the slightest. Nobody in their right mind is saying John Collins and Trae Young are centerpieces on a team built for defense. Yes, Capella is a solid defender. Okongwu, solid defender, but that is not the identity of this team, and that is not how this team should be utilized. And honestly, they're like a bottom 10 offense right now because they're not being utilized with their offensive weapons. Because again, you should be coaching and adapting based on the performance of your players and how they play. If you are Doc Rivers in 2010, right? And you are telling Ray Allen not to shoot a three or to not play an action to get open off the ball because you don't think that threes are that important. That's bad coaching. We know just based on every single team that Nate McMillan has coached that no team he coaches can shoot well. It has nothing to do with the players because before he gets there, they're fine. After he leaves, they're fine. During, not great. So, it's a long way of saying they're performing worse than I thought
Give
they
him a
would
D.
perform. But I also thought Nate McMillan would have been fired by now. Go ahead, Austin.
I'm giving them a
Yes!
D.
Oh,
I'm not confident when Trey Young is gone, unless they pull some great assets back for Trey, which they could, and it
which
would
they
change my
will.
grade.
With
I
And
just
then,
with the
I
way
don't
the
have
market
faith.
is, what are
I'm not
they
gonna
gonna
believe it.
get? They're not gonna get the
so
asking
what?
price.
So what? Hold on. Before, what if it's not Trey that goes, and instead it is Nate McMillan that goes, and this team builds continually around Trae Young, who is
Enjoy your perpetual
young.
loss in the Western Conference Finals or the round before then.
It's not like Atlanta is. It's not like Atlanta is easier to draw people because Milwaukee. It's a lot easier to draw people because every NBA player wants to be a rapper. That's what 2K tells you, right? So, what's a bigger rap scene than the ATL? It's a draw. It's a free agent draw. And Trae Young is a player because even though he's known for being Steph Curry, like he's an elite shooter normally. Ignoring this season, because again, we talked about long-term trends, not 40 games. Trae Young is one of the best playmakers in the league. As 2K tells you, every single NBA player wants to be a rapper. As 2K tells you, every single NBA player wants to be a rapper. That's all I think.
Even in your scenario,
So,
Nate
that's
goes.
all I gotta say about that.
Even in your scenario, Nate goes, Trey stays. Trey would need to revert back to how he was last year, where he was just going off. He was insane. But also, like, John Collins has gotten steadily worse.
Oh
over
no,
the
John
last 4
Collins
years.
has to be traded. He has to be traded.
It's like, I don't know.
The reported
Trey and
ask
DeJounte
something
could
ridiculous like
lift
5
this
picks
team
and a
up
pick swap.
with the assistance of Capella.
There's an old saying that if you want 10 there's an old saying that if you want 10 or if you want 1, you ask for 10. Like we said with Jakob Poeltl. That's what everyone's doing right now because like we said with Jakob Poeltl. He's not worth 2 first-round picks, but that's what you ask for him, and then you hopefully get a pick back. So, as we get closer to the deadline, those trade prices will come down. I don't think John Collins is a bad player.
Yeah, he needs
I
away
think he
from
needs
Trae
a change
Young.
of scenery.
Isn't that what you just said? Isn't that what you just said?
If that's
Isn't that what you just said?
if that's the way you want to do it, I don't. No, I said he needs a change of scenery. That's nothing to do with the players he's playing with. I just think some people thrive better in other systems. Who is next on the list? Can we please get away from the Hawks?
The Hawks will return.
They'll be back.
The next team on the list